Alright guys, I do apologize for all these updates and no actual videos, but it's all about to change. So I am happy as hell to let you guys know that not only do I have a 250 gigabyte hard drive on my new Xbox 360 Slim, which I'll tell you about that in a second, but I also was able to get my characters back. So yeah, if you don't care about anything else, if you just care for the fact that now I don't have to kill somebody because I spent 30 hours on the game already, then this video is done for you. But, so anyway, so I was kind of pissed because I was on Reach this morning, and I had a really good game of Infection where I got an untouchable, which is kill 25 enemies without dying, and I almost had a Killionaire. I think I got to 9. I want to say it's Killpocalypse, but I can't remember. But anyway, and so I was like, wow, this is a really good game, and yeah, here it was, plus 31 sword base, medals, me, and yep, there it is. Killpocalypse. Like I thought. I was like, that was a really good game, and I'm like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to save that and upload it to my file share. And I went to, I was searching for a game, and I went to local files, and I was like, what the hell? I'm like, oh, wait, right, I'm searching for a game. I can't look at local files. So I went back. No, I think you can. I think or no, maybe, I don't know, whatever. So I went back, and I looked, and I'm like, oh, my God. So I went to theater mode, and boom, what do you know? I didn't have a hard drive to look at it. I just had the 4 gig console. And so my mom, I'm like, yeah, I kind of need a hard drive. She's like, I thought it came with one. I'm like, nope. It's called a 4 gig console. Basically, it's the memory that, I guess it's, someone let me know if I'm wrong here, but I guess a 4 gig console is basically the memory the console needs to run. That's the best way I can put it, and I'm probably getting it completely wrong, but yeah. So anyway, it's basically like, hey, I need to get a hard drive. And now, the problem with this is that, like me personally, I've always laughed at friends who got, like, the big-ass hard drives, because I'm like, what the fuck do you need that for? But now I'm laughing at myself, because the thing was, like, back then, I only played Halo, and it's not like Halo was going to have 20, 30 map packs, all a gig each. So, I mean, I was pretty safe, regarding that. But, I'm trying to find a topic here, so excuse me while I do that. But anyway, so annoyingly, because I have a 360 Slim now, annoyingly, they don't make hard drives that are small. Like my old console, it was a 20 gigabyte hard drive, and now by the time by the end of it, it only had like 3 gigs left because I had Halo Reach installed, I had map packs and DLC downloaded, so I had very little space left. It still worked fine for me. And a friend of mine, I know he's had I'm not sure if he's had an Xbox 360 Slim for years, but I know he's had an Xbox Elite at the very least, and he's always had like the biggest hard drive he could have. And I'm like, what the fuck do you have on your hard drive that you need all that space for? He's like, oh, music. And I was like, what the fuck? So my mom finally agreed. And she's like, alright, well, I've got the money in the house. So what I did is I had enough money in the bank that I was able to take a 20 out just in case. Because the original price of these hard drives is like 120-something bucks. And this is what annoys me. I went to GameStop.com and type in Xbox 360 hard drive. Watch, they changed it now, I'd be so pissed. And, here it is. Xbox 360 250 gigabyte internal hard drive, $99.99. Buy new. It used to be $129.99. Turns out this is all at all online. I figure from what it looks like, it says select availability for pickup at store. Yeah, fuck that. So I went to GameStop because I'm like, okay, well, their site shows that it's $99, and obviously with tax it makes it a little over $100. So that's why I had the extra 20. So I had 120 on me, and then I was able to put 20 in my car because I had to go all the way back to Holland. I'll get to that in a second. So I get to GameStop, and I walk right to where the 360 stuff is. I look at the hard drive. I finally find it. $129.99. Really, GameStop? Really? So I just looked at it for a few moments, and I was like, motherfucker. Because my goal today when I left was two things: get the hard drive and get my characters. You see, I took a flash drive. My mom's got a little 2 gig flash drive, and I took my Xbox 360 hard drive, my old one. And I'll get to that in a second. So, that was my main thing. I'm like, you know what? If I had to pick between them, I would go for the hard drive, because guess what? I need a fucking hard drive. The characters I would miss dearly, but I can live without them. So I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. Best Buy is right across the street. I went to Best Buy. One left in stock for $99.99. I grabbed that motherfucker so goddamn fast, people looked at me weird. I mean, I just grabbed that fucking thing, and it was like I had already told my mom. I'm like, yeah, I'm like, GameStop's got it for $129. I'm kind of pissed. And she's like, oh, well, there's probably good deals online. And I got to Best Buy, I found it, and I had grabbed the thing, I pulled out my phone, I'm like, Best Buy, $99, fuck yes. Well, I didn't do the fuck yes, but you get the point. So, I basically, without, looking suspicious, I ran to the counter. Took fucking forever. I fucking hate old people. And you know what? Little rant here. This is a topic for another video. But I saw this old guy. Oh, not old. I would go with 40-ish. 30 to 40. He had that stupid little thing on his ear. That's basically a phone. And I was working when I was working before with a friend of mine. This woman came into our aisle, and she had one of these too. And it's funny because she's sitting here, she's holding the phone. She was holding the phone in her left hand, and like when it rang, she looked at it and clicked answer, and then she she doesn't put it up to her ear. She just holds it in her hand while the thing in her ear, or thing on her ear, she uses that to talk and hear. I'm like, what the fuck is the point in that? Seriously, when you're like, because she came into the aisle talking. So my friend and I, we looked at her because we thought she was talking to us, and because her hair covered the fucking ear thing. And I was like, what the fuck is the point of having those things if you have your phone in your fucking hand? Just use your fucking hand to fucking talk, you stupid fucking cunt. And we eventually left the aisle because she was just a loud-ass bitch. Because she's like, okay, bye. And then she hung up on the guy. And then she answers like 10 seconds later. She's like, I hung up so you wouldn't call me again. I'm like, hey, lady. I wanted to say this. I did. I'm like, hey, lady, you don't have to fucking answer. That's the beauty of phones. You can press ignore or silence. You don't have to fucking answer the phone. But we ended up leaving the aisle because my friend and I were just discussing. My friend's like, I hate people like that. I'm like, dude, I hate those fucking things on her ear because I want to fucking smash those things. But anyway, so I got into that rant because the guy ahead of me had one of those things on his ear, and I was just like, what the fuck? Why do these people have these things? It's like fucking irritating. It really is. But anyway, so I got up and I paid for my thing, and I left the store the happiest man alive. I had and I got in the car, and I'm like, boom, got the hard drive. I'm fucking happy. The next job was going to my friend's. He lives in Holland, and so the idea here was that the old hard drives don't work on the new 360 Slims. It's very irritating. So my idea was to use a USB. I had told him the previous day. I'm like, dude, I'm like, I know you have a 360, but you have the old like white ones. He's like, yep. I'm like, good. I'm like, you don't mind if I come over and put my hard drive on yours and switch some stuff over? And the funny thing is, he is not tech savvy at all, so he had no fucking idea. Let me actually find the text for you guys so you can understand how dumb he is on this thing. Like, he's a cool guy and all, but he's just stupid as hell when it comes to this. Let's see. I said, you have an old 360 model, right? Said, yeah, I do, because my new one a bit ago fried on me. And I said, possible if I could stop in tomorrow? I gotta transfer stuff from my old 360's hard drive. He said, yeah, I got the day off tomorrow for once. He's like, how'd you transfer shit? I don't get it. I'm like, I plug in my hard drive, I plug a USB in, simple stuff. He's like, gotcha, alright, yeah. He had no fucking idea, though, because by the time I got there, he's like, dude, I have no idea what you're doing. I have no idea how to do this. And I told him straight up, I mean, this is my first time. It was my first time transferring stuff from a 360, but it's not all that difficult. So I was able to get there. The 360 accepted the USB because it's only 2 gigabytes. I was able to transfer the 2 saves over. So I now have both my Khajiit character, which honestly that character wouldn't have been hard to remake. It was the Dark Elf that I was really worried about. But I have both my characters back. I got a 250 gigabyte hard drive. I am set to go. The final piece of business was I went back to GameStop and asked him how much can I get for my 20 gig hard drive. The guy said $2. Well, see, the thing is, the guy that this GameStop, they know me pretty well now because I've come in for multiple games. One day I stopped in and talked with the guy. I think I went there to finish paying off my Halo game, and maybe anyway, I don't remember. But and we started talking about Skyrim, and we talked for 40 minutes about Skyrim and different games like that. So I mean, so GameStop is, at GameStop they know me pretty well. So I walked in, I'm like, do you guys still buy the old 360 hard drives? And he's like, yeah, we don't pay much for them. He's like, how big is it? I'm like, 20 gigs? He's like, yeah, $2. I'm like, what the fuck? He's like, yeah, man, we sell them for 20. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I figure obviously a lot of people don't care for it. A lot of people these days have a fucking slim. But if anyone out there knows someone who needs a 20 gig hard drive, a spare one or whatever, I've got one. I mean, it works fine. It's got a lot of shit on it, so you just have to delete everything. I can't do it myself. I was going to at my friend's, but I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna get out of his hair. Yeah, if anyone wants a 20 gig hard drive for the old white 360, let me know. I'm willing to sell it. I got no use for it. As for my 360 itself, I might blow it up or something. Not sure yet. But I'm just happy. I got all my shit together now. And, yeah, a pointlessly long video. I mean, if you stayed for the first minute or so, you got the entire thing. I got my stuff back. I'm happy. The rest of this was an explanation. Yippee. So, I'm going to go and I got to watch some Walking Dead, and I got to watch this Nate Phelps video. So, I guess that's about it. And I'll see you guys in the near future.